gentlemen, welcome to the stage, managerial hopeful Mr. Johnny Pennel.
Good afternoon, one and all. Welcome to our leaders' debate. Welcome, yeah.
So, Johnny, have you got any opening remarks?
Well, what I will say is, a vote for me as manager is a vote stronger for IYM. Candidate Patterson will tell you that we were promised Pennel as a once-in-a-generation sort of thing. But what I'll say to you is, if it's the demand of the fans, the players, the staff want me in, I'm happy to come back in because I believe in democracy. That's all I've got to say for my opening remarks.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, managerial hopeful, Mr. Alex Patterson.
Hello. Guys, I'd just like to welcome you here to my first ever speech for the first ever Is Your MotherWell Leaders Debate. And I'm excited to be here.
You got any opening remarks before we get on with the debate?
Not really, no.
We're gonna handshake, lads. So, gentlemen, live here on IYM TV, first ever leaders debate. First question goes to Mr. Johnny Pennel. What new ideas would you bring to the table at Is Your MotherWell?
Well, I do think when I started my tenure last time, I maybe did a few things wrong. I'm open to admitting that. Right?
Understatement.
Right, let me speak.
What I would do is, I would try and enforce every 2 week training session during the week, just to see how guys are getting on, see how they're developing. And if I got the opportunity again, everyone would be at the same level. So A team people, they wouldn't be guaranteed their place. B team people would get a chance to move into the A's if they were good enough. Obviously.
Interesting. So is that a Pennel policy then?
It's a Pennel promise.
Pennel promise. Same question to you, Mr. Patterson. What new ideas would you bring to the table at Is Your MotherWell?
Different tactics on the field of play. I feel we're a wee bit flat at the moment. We're not playing with the same vigour, the same essence.
Same essence when?
Drive.
Same essence when
The
Mr.
same
Pennel was in
Let
charge.
him speak.
That we can play with. And I can bring the best out of the team. Right? You've not had me before. It's a new person coming in. Fresh set of legs, if you will. Fresh voice. Fresh days for the fans. And that's what they want to hear. They didn't want to hear stale old crusty Pennel again. Because he's pissed.
Excuse me?
He's been in once and he was a fucking failure.
Right, we'll leave the slander.
Failure? Explain that.
Failure.
Right, okay.
That doesn't
Moving
seem
on to the
sufficient
next
enough
question,
to me.
gentlemen. I guess you've already answered this, Mr. Pennel, but what would an A team look like under your leadership?
As I said, nobody's guaranteed their place. I'm aware that people have played very well in the A team, people like Aaron Stenhouse like that, but I think it's fair if we give all the B team people an opportunity. If Aaron Stenhouse, the likes of that, Jay Bell, people like that, are good enough, then they'll get in that A team. If not, B team people will get a chance. I don't know if my candidate Patterson over here can say he's going to do that as well.
No, to be fair to Mr. Pennel, it's all about opportunities. You could say that Is Your MotherWell IYM is a land of opportunity in that essence. So letting the B players come up, players Whitey, the ferocious terrier. If he wants a game in the A's, that's no bother.
Only if he wants. What about if he's not good enough?
He is good enough. I have faith in my players. I don't look at them down on them like some fucking whatever you are. They're equal players. They're all playing for Is Your MotherWell, and they're all brilliant players. The talent in that locker room, unrivaled to anyone in the Soccer Sixes.
So it seems that both of you have a vision for Is Your MotherWell. It's a positive one. But
Well, his is negative actually, but
what do
Says the
you...
person slandering his own team.
Right,
well,
to get a question in. What do you offer that he doesn't?
now you can listen to this man, and he'll tell you he's got all the coaching badges under the sun, and that's all very well. But to me, management just isn't about coaching. It's about having relationships with your players, about relating to them. It's not simply telling them. You've got to have a positive relationship with them so that they understand the tactics you want to employ.
Same question to you, Alex. What do you offer that he does not?
Well, as Mr. Pennel already previously said, I've put badges. Coaching badges are plenty.
What did
I've
I
got
say,
the
Tilly? What did I
I've
say?
been coaching for about 4 years now, and I've done brilliantly.
What have you achieved?
everywhere.
What have you achieved?
I've
Any
achieved-
promotions?
Any promotions? What do you mean any promotions?
Have you had any team promoted? You don't know what promotion means,
Any
and you
promotion?
want a job in a football team? Well,
Any promotions? It's not about promotions.
it's not.
No. It's about the teams I've been coaching. It's all about being youth development.
So
And
you're
that's what
happy
I-
to get
That's
hammered.
what I would bring in to IYM.
You
Bringing in young players for tomorrow's game.
earlier you
Right.
spoke about the tactics you would employ.
Yes.
Are we talk? Are we? You seem to be talking two things here. Are we talking tactics? Are
Can
we-
tactics not involve young players?
I never said that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying
Well, you're
is.
saying they're two different things, Mr.
No, I never said that. If
Oh,
you
you
would let
did.
me finish,
You did.
Mr.
You've
Speaker,
got
could
that
you
on
let me
camera.
finish, please?
Let him finish.
Go on camera.
Sorry? What you were saying was you wanted to employ tactics. How can you employ tactics if you're trying to develop youth people? How can you do that?
I'm just that good, Pennel. I can do two things at once.
Oh, well, I'm skeptical.
I'm not a lazy manager.
Skeptical with a capital S.
That's
Right,
okay.
we'll move on to the next question if that's alright, gentlemen. So, the board has a vision of short-term success and long-term success. The short-term success is to win the league next season. How are you going to do that?
Who's going first?
Alex Patterson, you go first.
I'm going first. A's, they've come second. They've come second by the slightest of margins, I believe. Now,
Incorrect.
We've only
Incorrect.
We've
Let the
only
speaker
come
know that's
second.
incorrect.
We've only come second to Red Star. Now, they're a good footballing team, some cracking players. But we nearly beat them on 2 occasions. Once under Mr. Pennel, I think it was once under the interim managers, and then
The
we
coalition of chaos, may I add?
failed miserably under Jack Doyle. I've got the tactics.
Well,
I've
we
got
all
the
know-
football brain to take them down. As soon as we get a win against them, the other wins will start rolling in. We've got the players. We've got the management staff.
You're happy
We've
with
got-
the current squad? You wouldn't add any new players into them?
I'm not ruling that out.
You
I'm
just said
thinking
that
about-
we've got the
You've
players,
got-
that's what you said!
I'm just saying that we've got players in the changing room.
Well done. We've
Aye.
got players in the changing room, that's
So we've
great.
got the players.
We have a
Aye.
fucking dog in the changing
We've
room.
got two teams, 2 sets of players. And we will
Two
win.
teams, 2 sets of players.
Don't even think
Let
about
the
the
voters
B
listen to that.
No, you've been thinking about the B squad.
Right,
The B
Mr.
squad.
Pennell, same question to you. How are you going to win the league next season?
Well, as I say, many others believe what I think. I don't believe I got enough time.
Pish. Pish.
I don't believe
You were
it.
there for 2 seasons and you were
2
shit.
seasons, what did I achieve? I got us promoted in our first season. And I started a new fucking team. Castilla team. It extended the franchise.
Sorry, Mr. Speaker, where did the Castilla team finish, by the way?
Castilla
we
team.
How
don't
many
have
weeks
that to
in
hand.
did they get their first victory?
Mr. Speaker, can I finish? Is that
Mhm.
alright?
Go ahead.
Did I finish the season with the Castilla team? Answer
No,
me
you
that.
didn't.
Riddle me that one.
No, you did not.
No, I did
Mr.
not.
The Castilla
It
team
was
is
a
all
building
about...
Because they were
process.
too far
You've-
gone. Too far gone. And the fact of the matter is, you only opened up the Castilla team to line your own pockets.
Line my own pockets.
That's a serious
You set them
accusation.
up knowing they weren't ready to compete at the highest level.
I was
of the
thinking
soccer
about the
system.
development.
No, you
I
weren't.
wanted to give people
Pish.
opportunity.
So, Mr. Patterson, are you saying that you would dissolve the Castilla team?
I would not.
Oh, aye, aye.
I'd bring in the necessary
Aye, aye.
management and I would give them
Who's that?
that wee bit
Who's the
extra.
necessary man?
Are you saying that you
Oh,
would
yeah.
manage the Castilla team, or would you delegate?
Did you manage?
Manage the Castilla team and I'd manage the A team. I'd manage both teams. I'd take this on as a full.
And may I ask,
job.
would you make yourself captain and make this club a dictatorship?
Absolutely not, Mr. Pennell. That is ridiculous that you would even
Well,
say
man.
that.
Anyway, on to the next question. This is one specifically for Mr. Pennell. So, Johnny, as is well known at the club and by all the fans, you've previously been sacked at Your MotherWell.
Might I add that was believed to be a little bit rash, you know, the decision that was made there.
So, taking that on board, would reappointing you as manager not put the progress at the club back about 4 months?
What I believe is we were still in a building process. I wasn't finished at my time at IYM.
So all about the building
Having
process.
had the time off, I've had time to think, had to rethink some new ideas that I can bring in, and I can guarantee that we will win the league next season under my management.
A Pennel promise.
That's a Pennel
He's a
promise.
cowboy builder. He builds, he builds, he builds. He doesn't he finish fuck all.
Interesting. So, Mr. Patterson, Alex, specific question for you. During the Charity 11s game, you famously snubbed Is Your MotherWell and played for the Pars Foundation against us. How do we know that your loyalties lie 100% with our club?
I wouldn't be here if I wasn't. I would not be here if I wasn't. Is your MotherWell?
I'm sorry, that's not good enough. That's
Matthew.
not good enough for the people of
Comes from
IYM.
my heart. I was there for day one, and I'll be there.
Who created it? Who
The
created
day
the team?
I die. Right?
Might I add, do we want, can I ask the speaker, do we want a dishonest manager as manager of IYM? Would you like to see a dishonest manager?
I'd like to see specific examples of where
Oh, well,
this particular manager would have been
just
dishonest in the
go
past.
and answer the question. Any audience members, would you like to see a dishonest manager at IYM?
No.
No, you wouldn't. Now, may I recall in the 11-a-side match, a certain Alex Patterson scored an own goal, which was not given, and he knew full well the ball had crossed the line. Did he own up? No, he didn't. Do we want this as an IYM manager? No, we fucking don't.
Following up on that question, Alex, did you celebrate when you scored against Is Your Motherwell in that Charities 11 game?
There might have been the odd fist pump, but that was about it. Just whenever you score a goal, you know, that mad rush takes over. And you've got to celebrate a
You
goal.
don't score many
Who
goals for
doesn't?
IYM, though,
Who
do
doesn't celebrate a goal? when
You
score?
don't, because you don't score them.
Oh, say it one more time, Johnny. I didn't hear it. Come on, right.
I think you heard it.
You got it one more time. You just called me a hun bastard. You hear that? That was on camera.
I did not call you a bastard.
You did. You did.
Right, well,
Call me.
this is the segment of the debate where we take questions from our live studio audience. Do we have any questions? Yes, over there. What's you in the blue top? What's your name?
Adam. I'd like to ask Mr. Patterson, considering his time as interim manager last season when present manager was unavailable, and his poor record,
Against Red Star.
Let him speak.
poor record. I'd just like to
I've
know
never been.
what does that show about him as a manager?
What does your poor record show about you as a
0%
manager?
win rate.
I think it was thrown in
0%.
12 hours before the big game against Top of the League.
Well,
What
that's
do you
a
want me to do?
downright lie, sir.
What do you want me to do? Right? I had a weekend team. Right? And if you'll recall,
All our
by the
players
way,
are great.
if you'll recall,
All
sir,
our prayers
the manager and the management staff went on a fucking jolly up to Europe.
That's incorrect.
And
He was
left
on a
me-
European scouting trip.
Yes, I can confirm I was on a European scouting trip.
We were
And
expanding
we
the
came
brand.
back with a certain Rhys O'Donnell.
Lies.
Any more questions from the audience? Yes, you there in the blue shirt. What's your name?
John,
John. All right, on you go then. What's your question?
can I say, just start off with, I'm a huge fan of IYM, always have
Lovely
been.
to hear.
And you've noted your great achievement of starting up the B team, Mr. Pennel.
Yep, yep.
But obviously we know that comes with certain issues regarding funding. And I've got to say, I have heard rumours around the campfire that funding may have come from organisations such as the IRA.
Not at all, not at all.
Let me just answer that one for you there. Mr. Speaker, if you will, I've got a photo of Johnny Pennel, and on the right, Martin.
That's
We get
not
that
true, that's
from
a
the-
downright lie.
Can we
We
just
get
get
on the
that
big screen there. It
big
is.
screen, please? As they say, a picture speaks 1,000 words.
Listen, Martin McGuinness there is the leader of the Sinn Féin. He has got nothing to do with the IRA. And might I add that Mr. Patterson might be bringing this up because I've got a little photo of Mr. Patterson in a big Ranger strip.
Can we get that on? Yep.
Get
Fake
that on.
Big
news.
screen.
So that might have something to do with the fact he's got that photo of me.
Doctored with. Tampered and doctored with.
Are you suggesting that I fabricated this?
Absolutely.
Well, that's a
You
downright
would
lie, son.
stoop that low.
I would not.
Disgrace. Disgrace.
Cut. Any closing remarks from the gentleman here? Alex Patterson, why don't you kick us off?
I'll kick you off. I know. Start as a mean to go on as a new IYM manager. It's once in a generation. Once in a generation. Johnny's had that. He's had his 15 minutes of fame. And it came crumbling down. Time to elect a new manager. Strong and stable manager.
Ah, here we go, here we go.
Is that your closing
One-
remarks? No, continue.
Was it not my sentence interrupting the start of your sentence, was it?
Nobody knows when you're speaking. You have that influence on people.
Well, anyway, as I was saying, a vote for me is a vote for IYM. And I know it's a cheesy line, but it's one that's true. If I come into Your MotherWell, I promise to do the best job possible. The best job for the fans, the best job for the players, the best job for the club. For some fans, this is more than a club.
You just say
It's a way of life.
Same words, no meaning.
Right? Get behind Paddy. Hashtag Team Paddy.
Mr. Pennel, any closing remarks to
Well, I mean, that
finish
was
us up?
that was just ridiculous. If you want a serious manager, you want to vote for me. As you can see, this guy, he's clearly an alcoholic. He's on about can number 6 in this 15-minute debate. 15-minute debate. He's on can number 6. That's all I'm going to say. He'll tell you that he's the coach. He knows tactics and that. It's not just about that. I'm your man who knows the players, who has the backing of the players, having spoke to some of them. I've got the backing of all the players, so that means they'll play for me. So if you want success at IYM, then vote for me. If you don't, vote for this alcoholic. Thanks. I don't do walking away. We don't do walking away.